breaking news. Gold deposit discovered in Cross River as politicians connive with illegal miners to mine it illegally. Here are the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is 4th of May 2024, and I have a very important information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from where you are all over the world. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news, because this very news is very, very important. I can assure you, my people. I want to lay a foundation before going into the full details of this very news. I want to lay a very, very important foundation, because so many of you will be talking in the comment section or even asking yourself some questions. Why is Biafra Unite talking about this? Why wouldn't he keep it as a secret? Why wouldn't they keep it as a secret so that when Biafra comes, we are going to utilize the gold? Now, pay attention. This is very, very important. As you can see on your screen, I will be reading this news from Daily Post Nigeria. Look at it here, Daily Post. And as far as it's from Daily Post, and as far as it's being reported or published by Daily Post Nigeria, meaning that it is no longer a secret thing. It is no longer, hidden. It is now in the public. And mind you, this news is not going to be reported or published by Daily Post alone. If you go on the internet right now, I'm very, very certain you are going to see many other media platforms out there publishing this news. So bear that in mind, that at first, it is no longer a secret thing or hidden to the public. The zoo is already aware of it, even though they are not hammering on it on the mainstream media. Now, that is number one foundation. Then the second foundation that I want to lay before going into the full details of this very news is because I want to raise an alarm. I want to use this medium to create an awareness, because I'm very, very certain that this very awareness is going to go far. So I want to use this opportunity to create a very important awareness, especially for those other people who should be involved, who should look into what is going on. Like as I mentioned, the RGIE and other stakeholders, especially those from the area where this thing is going on, because you are going to see exactly where it is located during the course of the broadcast. So it is going to be a massive awareness for everybody to know what is going on there, especially now that the politicians are conniving with foreign illegal miners to mine our gold in old Cross River State, Biafra land. So I want to use one stone and buy almost 3 birds at the same time. And I'm very, very certain, no matter how difficult it may look, it is going to happen. Now, my people, having laid this very all-important foundation, I want you to pay attention while I read the news in details. And as you can see, like as I have said before, I will be reading from the Daily Post Nigeria. And according to their own headline, they said, elders, chiefs cry out as foreign illegal gold miners take over Cross River community. You can look at the date, published on May 4th, 2024, meaning that this is a breaking news. It is published today. Now, the people of Ifumba, if you know Cross River very well, you might know this Ifumba, which is a community in Akampa, local government area of Cross River State. Akampa, of course, since it is a local government area, it will probably be a famous name in Cross River State. Now, of Cross River State have raised the alarm over the large number of foreign illegal gold miners in the community. Leaders of the community told Daily Post that the gold miners do not pay any form of royalties. Now, They say leaders of the community, but I believe that these so-called leaders of community that they are talking about should be the elderly men and women, especially the uneducated elderly men and women, not insult, with all due respect. Because if they are enlightened, if the so-called leaders of the community are enlightened, they will understand that what they need is not royalties. Look at it here, because when I came across this place, I was filming. I was actually filming. What you need is not royalties. What do you mean by royalties? This is solid resources that God Elohim Chukwokikabiama has used to bless your land. So you don't need royalties. You need to know who are these people mining this gold and where are they taking it to, and who is involved. Who are the top men, of course, the politicians who have sent you people to come and mine the gold in our land. So what you need is not the royalties. You need to know every single thing happening about the gold. That is one of the reasons I'm recording this very news, to create this awareness and to enlighten the people. Now, let's continue. They alleged that the foreigners have influenced their own youths to turn against them, to the extent that anytime they question the illegal miners, the youths will beat them up and threaten their lives. You see, they brought in illegal miners and now collude with the youths, the politicians, conniving with the illegal miners to mine the golds, whom have now colluded with the youths of the village youths, because they are giving them, stipends. Of course, they are tipping them. And now the youth forgot that it is their destiny we are talking about here. We are talking about their own destinies. Unbelievable. Education is very, very important, and enlightenment is more important. Now, the village head of Ifumba community, Chief Cletus Ibuni, said, "We don't know these people that have invaded our community and taken over our forest in the name of mining for gold. There are so many. Some, I told, are armed." Now, did you get that? I was told that some are armed. The man said that he was told that some of them are armed. That is the reason why the Biafra Republic government in exile has to swing into action immediately, because this one is not something that we have to allow, because we have heard that some of them are armed. So you don't just go there for dialogue. This is not all about dialogue. This is all about, just ridding the criminals of our forest, of our land. That is all. We have to do it with force, not by dialogue or appeal, because you can't appeal a man who is armed, with intent of milking you dry. You can't dialogue with such person because they can never listen to you. Now, they don't bother to discuss with us. Did you see that? This is the village chief talking. They don't bother to discuss with us. They don't pay any royalties to us. They rather prefer to deal with some of our youths, influencing them. There was a time we challenged the situation at the risk of our lives. The youths usually overwhelmed and threaten us because they have the energy and backing of the big men behind the gold mining. Now, did you get that? Behind the just look at this place, because they have the backing of the big men behind the gold mining. They have the backing of the big men behind the gold mining. And who are these big men? The politicians. Who are these big men? The politicians. Because ordinary wealthy businessman who does buying and selling cannot bring illegal miners from foreign land to come and mine gold in Cross River. It doesn't happen that way. It has to be the politicians. Now, they said, so in order to live, we piped low. They have to pipe low in order to live. According to the village head, they have reported the situation to different authorities. Do you see the reason why I told you that they connive, the politicians connive with the illegal miners? Because this case has been reported to different authorities. When you hear authorities, now they say including the state government, Minister of Mines and Steel, and even the Cross River National Park Service, CRNP, without any headway. That is absurd. That is unbelievable, and that is unforgivable. So absurd. Without any headway. Because of what? They are the authorities. They are the ones in charge of the illegal mining. They brought the foreign miners to come and do that thing there. The politicians and some top police officers and some top military officers. Have you seen it now? Now, he added that they are aware of illegal wood logging in the community. We are aware of the tree falling by timber dealers in our community. They pay us gate fee of 5,000 naira before they exit with the logs. With this collection, we have been able to grade our access road to the Ecom Federal Highway, he said. That is only for the timber dealers. Now, investigations revealed that an ounce of raw gold is sold for 70,000 naira at nearby Tipa Garage. The Cross River Conservator of Parks, Mrs. Caroline Olori, said, CRNP forest rangers along with soldiers have carried out surveillance actions in the forest, during which some arrests were made. You see, this woman, Caroline Olori, who happens to be the Cross River, Conservator of Parks, is working under the government and also might be aware of what is going on. So she has to protect the interest of the politicians. That's why she lied here, that during which some arrests were made. So if some arrests were made, or maybe they decide to tackle the situation, these old men and so-called leaders of the community wouldn't have brought it to the media. Ifuge now, that is the problem. I don't want to talk too much because during the reading of this very news, I have utilized the opportunity to make some analysis, very, very important analysis indeed. So I am calling on the Biafra Republic government in exile, because that very area is Biafra land. It is part and parcel of the land of Biafra. So BRGIE must do something. And since you know that these people are armed, of course, I won't tell our men on ground on how to deal with it. Thank you, my people. To salo numozia and make it go viral.